What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy, the Ultimate Rage, coming back with yet another live here in the No Cap Zone, where we have a strict dress code. Now get the hell off with that capping ass bullshit. The only kind of camp that we allow around these parts is yo thinking cap, otherwise you need to move the hell around. Because see, the thing is, around these parts, all we care about are the facts, the data, the truth, the information, the evidence, the statistics, things that can actually be demonstrated in real life, like in real time. Like, while we are alive and while we're of sane and sound mind and body, because if we're not doing that, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. And to tell you the truth, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, which is why we gotta talk about it. So let's talk about it. So, got a few stories that I want to cover today. Most of them are recent, today or within the past couple days. One of them is actually from a month ago, but I've been wanting to talk about this and cover this just because it's such an important topic, and it's just one out of so many examples of the problems that we have to deal with as a society. But the fact of the matter is, here in the No Cap Zone, what we do here is work to try to figure out exactly what the fuck we are doing. What are we doing? What are our goals? What are our aims? What exactly are we hoping to accomplish in the grand scheme of things? Because it seems like we here in America and throughout the world have just become a planet full of people running around with their heads cut off, like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off, with no clear direction, no clear focus, no actual like goals that we're seeking to accomplish. So that's why I think it's so important for us as a human race, as an American nation, to take a step back and actually sit and think for once. Instead of being so reactionary and so emotional and always responding to all kinds of bullshit and malarkey, let's actually take a step back as a human race and figure out what exactly we are doing. What the hell are we doing? What are we doing? What exactly are we doing? What are we hoping to accomplish? What are we fighting for? What are we striving towards? What exactly is the goal that we as a human race, that we as Americans are hoping to accomplish? The problem is that we have not even considered this question. We don't stop to consider these questions because we've been so caught up in hyper-capitalism and fucking bullshit that people don't actually have real conversations about anything anymore. Everything is all about how you feel and what you think and what you were told and what you were propagandized to think, what you were conditioned to think, what you were indoctrinated to think. You motherfuckers be out here failing miserably to actually think for yourselves. And then we wonder why we have all of these problems that we have been having for so fucking long. We wonder why it's so difficult for us as a human race and as an American nation to coexist harmoniously, peacefully, working together, interdependently with synergy to create a society that is optimal for the most of us, for the lot of us, for all of us, all right? Where we don't have to always constantly look over our shoulders and wonder whether or not somebody has our best interests at heart, whether or not somebody is actually out to get us. We shouldn't have to, in a civilized society, worry about people being uncivil, because that's kind of defeats the purpose. You know what I'm saying? So we can't actually hope to function like seamlessly if we're not having real conversations about what we're doing and why. What are we pushing for? So that's why I always get on these lives and we actually talk about it, because it is time for people to grow the hell up and act like some goddamn adults with some sense. Because the fact of the matter is, we have too many people out here who are senseless as hell. They subscribe to these sci-fi fantasy ideologies, they come up with these cockamamie ideas, and then they attach their entire worldview to this idea, their entire identity to this idea that is completely divorced from reality, this idea that does not actually help human society in any tangible, meaningful way in terms of actually optimizing our society for the lot of us. These ideologies have helped individuals. They have helped specific groups, for sure. They've definitely helped several different entities, but in terms of helping society as a whole, it has been a nightmarish experience. It has become extraordinarily difficult for us as a human race and as an American nation to actually like come together to work interdependently with synergy to figure out what exactly is going on. What? You became viral. Good for you. Good for you. I don't care. Go and be viral if that's your case. But anyway, so what is the point of having these ideas and pushing these ideas if these ideas and these ideologies don't actually help us? And that's why I created the No Cap Zone, so that we can sit and identify what exactly is going on in our society, so that we can get to the bottom of why this shit is happening and what we can do to actually like curb this behavior and to choose a better path, to decide what a better path actually is, what it actually means, what it actually looks like, instead of vague ass phraseology and word salad, poetic fucking political correct bullshit. I'm all about being direct and concise and clear. I pride myself on being easy to understand because these are very, very simple concepts. This is not rocket science. This is not quantum physics. This is not quantum computing. This is not like trying to fucking figure out cancer medicines or shit like that. This is basically saying, hey, we as a society, what the fuck are we actually trying to do? What are we doing? What are we pushing for? So, in order to have this conversation, first we gotta look at, well, where are we? What are we? What is the snapshot of right now? What are we doing right now, currently, right? Because, like I said, it seems like we're a bunch of chickens running around with our heads cut off. Nobody has a clear goal, a clear focus of what exactly we're hoping to accomplish. People don't actually have data that they can present that demonstrates that what they are saying makes actual sense, that their understanding of reality, that their views of reality are healthy, accurate, reasonable, logical, demonstrable. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people subscribe to these ideas that they fail miserably to demonstrate accurately represent the reality that we share and inhabit. People believe in these things that they simply can't demonstrate. And to be specific, here in America, 2/3 of the population subscribe to theism, specifically Christianity. I mean, let me take that back. 2/3 of the population subscribe to Christianity. I don't know exactly how many subscribe to theism as a whole, but at least Christianity, 2/3 of the population, the American population, some 200 million people, and yet not one single person, not a single American, not a single Christian can actually demonstrate the current whereabouts of this Jesus character that they are so fucking obsessed over. This guy that they supposedly are so like ranting and raving about, that they're like they devote their lives to this guy. This guy is supposedly such an amazingly, wonderfully swell guy, and yet they can't demonstrate what exactly is so great about this guy. Why is this guy so great? What exactly did this dude do that was actually so wonderfully, amazingly great? He didn't solve any world problem. He did not cure any disease of any kind. He did not fix any broken anything. I mean, the dude literally did nothing. At best, he was a magician, a street magician. He performed a couple magic tricks that people were like, oh wow, that was superly duperly cool. And he said a couple things that people thought was really far out, dude. He said some things that appeared to be totally tubular, dude. They seemed really insightful or whatever for the time, I guess. But what did he actually do that was so great that it is worthy of worship, where you literally devote your life to this specific guy? What exactly is the purpose of doing that? What exactly do Christians accomplish by devoting themselves to some guy they can't even demonstrate was even a real person to begin with? These people get into a position where they, hey, what's up, Icebox? What up? What the fuck is up? Thank you for coming through. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, you didn't think I saw you, did you? Well, yes, I see you, homegirl. What the fuck is up? Just letting you know things are fucking are happening in the background. I know they've been taking for fucking ever, and it's pissing me the fuck off. I swear to God, it's pissing me off. But do know shit is coming together as we speak. I'm working on things in the background. Shit is about to be awesome. Anyway, like I was saying, people subscribe to these ridiculous ass ideas and they fail miserably to demonstrate that these ideas actually comport with reality. People purport these ideas, they assert these ideas, they get on all these different platforms and they scream at the top of their lungs that these ideas are so wonderful and so amazing that we people who do not subscribe to these ideas, we're supposed to be like super duper deferential to people who do subscribe to these ideas for some weird reason. I guess because it makes them feel a lot better. It makes them feel like super duper cool or like super duper like superly duper or something. But see, at the end of the day, I live in this thing called reality. I like to actually know that what I am saying, that what I am thinking actually makes sense, that it actually connects with reality, that it actually helps society in some tangible, meaningful way, that I'm not just saying things or believing things or pushing things just because they make me feel good, because I think that that would be super duper neat if there really was this thing that did this thing and that does those things that is supposedly super duper amazing. It would be actually more awesome if there was actually a thing that this thing actually could do, that we could demonstrate it actually does, that is actually super helpful right now to society right now, that we can point to right now. We're like, oh shit, look at that over there. It was actually super fucked up, but because of the Lord, something, something, something. Hey, look. As a direct result of my prayer to this whatever thing, this occurred. And now we got the super duper optimal result as a result. And now we can tout to the heavens on earth that all you have to do is accomplish these things by just turning to the Lord. But see, here's the problem. I asked these people, where exactly is that? Where are we exactly to turn to turn to the Lord? If it were actually possible to turn to this Lord thing, how exactly would that happen? How exactly would that occur? And in what way? How? Like, let's actually get specific. If there is this thing, where exactly is it? How exactly do I turn to it? Do I turn this way? Do I turn that way? Up here? Down there? Where is it? And then, how do we actually use it? How do we use it to accomplish useful stuff? That's one of the reasons why, actually it's a huge reason why, I'm super duper anti-theistic. I am an anti-theist. I am an atheist. I am anti-theist. Because the fact of the matter is, theists have failed. Let's just be honest, people. Theists have failed miserably to demonstrate their claims. This is just a fact. I don't care what anybody wants to say or what anybody wants to argue. If people want to come at me with their emotional appeals and they want to say, oh, well, you don't understand. I had this specific thing happen to me. I had this personal experience. I watched this miracle happen when I was 12, and I swear to you that this really actually happened. I don't give a fuck. Sorry, not good enough. You know what is good enough? Showing me right the fuck now that this thing is so superly duperly. It is literally 4:40 p.m. Central Standard Time on May the 13th, 2026 AD. We have all these technologies. We literally have GPS satellites tracking people's current movements right the fuck now. Everywhere. All around the fucking world. We have all kinds of fucking telescopes, Earth-based telescopes, space-based telescopes, literally looking out to discover what the fuck is out in the space. Just looking, actually discovering, using the latest of technologies, literally state-of-the-art technology. We're talking about the James Webb Space Telescope at the L2 Lagrange point right now, literally discovering galaxies that no human had ever seen before ever in human history. We're literally seeing them for the first time ever, and we have yet to discover some supernatural, super intelligent, super fucking thing that's supposedly so superly fucking duper. And as a result, we are in this position where we have no idea what the fuck is going on, and these people have failed miserably to show us that what they are saying actually comports with the reality that we share and inhabit right now. This is why I get so fucking angry. It's why I lose my fucking mind. Because it is now 2026. Let me stress that again. It is 2026. We are at a point where it should be abundantly clear that if what you were saying was true, you can show me right now. This second. Literally right now. I mean, I am literally using a 4K webcam, okay, where it can literally show you the smallest pimple on my fucking face. You can probably zoom in and see all the wondrous details of the fucking many fucking marks on my little face, right? You can probably zoom the fuck in, right, depending on your device, and see all the little intricacies of my face, right? And yet, this supernatural, super intelligent, super thing is like no fucking where to be found. And I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. How could that be the case when there are literally 2.4 billion Christians throughout the world, 200 million of who are here in America right now? 200 million. 200 million people. And you mean to tell me not a single one time, just one out of 200 million, not a single one of y'all can show us the current literal whereabouts of the supernatural, super intelligent, super thing. And you're saying that there's 3 of these things. It's not just one, it's like 3 things. It's like 3 in 1, 1 in 3. It's like a 3 in 1 package. I don't know if it's like a fucking bundle deal at fucking Amazon or some shit, but apparently there's 3 in 1. It's a 1 in 3 package deal, and yet you can't find me a single one of these fucking things. Despite there being 3 of them, you can't find me one. You can't show me right now where the one is. And whenever we ask y'all, whenever we demand of y'all to show us right the fuck now this thing that's so superly duper that you claim that you interface with on a regular basis, you claim that it talks to you, that it literally moves you, that it inspires you, that it provides you with insight and intelligence and fucking data and all that type of shit. Whenever we ask y'all, y'all fail 100% of the time. We're not talking about 22%, 79.3%, 423XYZ29125 to the 23rd power times M all over Z29. No, we're talking about 0! 0 of you fuck zeros, not one single Christian of any kind on any fucking platform, anywhere, everywhere, literally any and everywhere. Every single Christian on earth, not one, not a single one. I mean literally not one time at any point in time in any point in time in human history, in modern history, in today's history, right now, today, not a single Christian can show us the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the Father, the Son, and or the Holy Spirit anywhere. And I mean literally anywhere. They make these claims. They say these things. Oh, there's thing. He's super duper outside of space and time. They think that that's a good enough excuse. Oh yeah, I'll just say it's like totally not in our current understanding, but it's totally like somewhere out there, somewhere out, some vague outside space time. Yeah, that's sorry, not good enough. Because first you got to demonstrate that there's an outside of space time to begin with, because that would redefine our understanding of the substrate of reality. To know that there's literally an outside of space and time. Because basically you'd be saying that there's a multiverse. And while that might actually be true, right, there's different fucking multiverse hypotheses out there, right? Many worlds and, you know, string theory and stuff like that. These have yet to be actually justified, demonstrated at all. So what the hell are these fucking people talking about? You have to actually show us that there's an outside space-time, there's a multiverse or some shit, and then you gotta show us in this multiverse where the fuck that shit is right now! Where is it? Where is it? Show us right now, this second. Show us right now, this second. You want us to respect your bullshit-ass beliefs? Why? Why should we? Why the fuck should we respect your shit? For what? What is there to respect? Especially when you see stories like this. This is the type of shit I'm talking about. This is why I want to talk about this. This is a story from The Guardian. Okay, as you can see, this article is more than 1 month old, but look at what it says. My mom, the cult leader, she told us what to wear, when to pray, how we would have sex. We were prisoners, and this was written by Simon Hattenstone, Sunday, March the 29th, 2026 at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Okay, so that would be 12 p.m. noon my time. Okay, and this piece of garbage that you're looking at is a goofy lady named Deborah Green, the leader of the Aggressive Christianity Missions Training Corps, who was being arrested in New Mexico in 2017. I wonder fucking why. I wonder why. So let's check it out. Let's check out this article, okay? Deborah Green, she was a charismatic woman who established a quote-unquote free love ministry in California, claiming to be a vessel for God. She was also a controlling, cruel sadist. Her daughter Sarah talks about her terrifying upbringing and dramatic escape. Now think about it. Think about this, right? The Lord is supposed to be superly duperly super duper. The Lord is supposed to be like the most amazing, wonderful of all the amazing, wonderfuls. And yet, we have one out of so many fucking examples of somebody who's like, no, not amazing at all. Actually, super duper terrible. Horrible. I had to fucking escape dramatically. I had to dramatically escape. That's how horrible it was. Because these people are fucking loony. And that is the problem that we have as a society, that these people have these ideas that they think are so superly duper, and actually they don't make any goddamn sense, and they're actually fucking crazy. So let's just get into this a little bit. All right, check it out. Sarah Green, she realized things weren't right in the religious community where she was raised when her mother forced 3 of its members to live in a locked shed. And there we fucking go. Out the gate. The first sentence of this article, and we've already gone from 0 to 60 in 1.2 seconds. How the fuck is that possible? What the fuck, bro? Making people live in a fucking shed. What are we fucking doing, fam? This is 2020s. It is the modern era. It is literally the modern age. What are we fucking doing? People. I'm gonna need y'all to knock it the fuck off with the goofy shit. Now, obviously, in this case, this woman, Sarah Green, the person who is the daughter, she was brought up in it. She had a choice, right? She didn't choose her mom. She just so happened to have a mom who was crazy as fuck. Okay, but a lot of these people, so many people, will fucking join these institutions and put their kids in harm's way for what? For fucking what? What in the hell did this shit actually accomplish? I'm still trying to figure it out. Anyway, let's get back to it. So it says, all 3 were women who, of course, were disowned by their husbands because, fuck them, right? Piece of shit. And forced to live off scraps of food. And then her mother, Deborah Green, said they had been judged by God, and this was their punishment. Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird how the Lord always has punishments and all that type of shit? But now the single one of these people who claim this shit can demonstrate this shit. Isn't that weird? Isn't it weird how all these people are always talking about the Lord this, the Lord that, and God said this, and God said that, and God wants this, and God wants that. But the moment you say, hey, where the fuck is this God at? So he can tell me to my face what the fuck you claimed that it said. And all of a sudden, we ain't got shit. They ain't got shit. They don't got no fucking location. They don't got no specifics of any kind, no data, no information, no methodology of any kind where they can show us this Lord thing, that this God thing, that this Holy Spirit, this Holy Trinity thing that they're so superly duperly obsessed over. All of a sudden, it's excuse after excuse now. All of a sudden, they don't have any fucking data anymore. All of a sudden, they can't provide us with anything. All of a sudden, now they're starting to get quiet. Now they ain't so loud anymore. Now all of a sudden, it's like, whoa, don't you understand my faith? Don't you understand my faith? No! I want data. Fuck your faith. I want data. You're saying that this is true. This is correct. This is accurate, and I need to respect it. So show us. Now, it's so accurate, it's so respectable. Show me why it's so respectable right now. This second. This instant. And if you can't, shut your dumb ass the fuck up right now. Sorry, I know it sounds pretty rude, right? I know I can be a pretty rude ass dude. But see, we live in a time. We live in a time now where we have data. We have information. We have logic. We have reason. We have the scientific method now. So that means that if you make a falsifiable claim, you should be able to demonstrate that it's not false. And also, if you make if you make an unfalsifiable claim, if you make an unfalsifiable claim, it's completely fucking useless. Absolutely, positively fucking useless. You want to tell me there's this supernatural, super intelligent, super thing that at times it interacts with you and it says stuff and it commands stuff and it tells you to do stuff? Yeah. Oh, but you can't show me right now, though. Oh, and like, you can't show me at all. You can't show me right now. You can't show me in 10 minutes, and 10 hours, 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months, 10 years, 10,000 years, 10 fucking millennia. You have nothing at all, ever, never. I mean, literally nothing. Oh, wait. I forgot. My bad. I forgot. You do have something. You have your ancient sci-fi fantasy fucking novel. Right. I forgot. You have that book. That superly duperly amazing fucking book that supposedly has all of the data and information in it, right? Because it's such accurate data that has been completely, totally proven, right? Which is why you can't prove it right now. Which is why you can't demonstrate it right now. Which is why you can't show us right now. But you want me to respect your view and your worldview and your views and your outlook and your fucking beliefs and your... Why? Why should I do that? For what? For what? And then the irony, you don't want to respect my view. You don't want to respect my view that you're full of fucking shit and you have nothing to demonstrate at all. Because if you did, you would just show us. You could show us right now. Instead of all of this, the God said this is your punishment. We could talk to the Lord right now and the Lord could be like, actually, yeah. She's right. I did say that it's your punishment because you fucked up. I'm the Lord. Thus saith the Lord. I who know because I am the Lord. I said that you fucked up. Therefore, you have fucked up. And I am the Lord, and I approve this message. You know how politicians do. The Lord can do the exact same thing, except the Lord supposedly has this way better communication method, right? See, while politicians have to rely on, like, you know, the same shit us plebs have to rely on, they gotta rely on fucking social media, right? They gotta spend money to pay for advertising, you know, like any and everybody, right? No, but Christians claim they have the Lord, right? The Lord is supposed to be omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. It's supposed to be everywhere. It's supposed to be able to do anything, within logical reason, of course. And it's supposed to be like superly duperly smart as fuck or some shit. So it's supposed to know everything. So not only should it know everything, but it should know how to do everything, when to do everything, and why to do this instead of that. And to show you how it's supposed to make everything superly duperly awesome. Except here we are. Here we are. Hundreds of millions of people saying all this type of shit, and zero, absolutely zero of them can demonstrate it right now. And so that's why I have such a, and I know some of y'all might be like, why don't you get on with the article? Because I can't get over how this story is such a reoccurring story. We got other stories that we're going to fucking bring up, right? We got a story we touched on yesterday that we're about to actually get more into because it's absolutely so crazy that people still fall for this shit. But anyway, let's continue. So, check this. One of the women, an old family friend called Maura, was made to wear a white sackcloth dress and renamed Forsaken. The other two women were renamed Barren and Despised. See, but Sarah is a strong, striking woman with a keen sense of irony and the joyous cackle of a laugh, but now she's in tears. I felt sickened to my gut, even though I'd been groomed and my mom told me, I'm God's oracle, so therefore I hear what God wants for everybody, and this is what they have to go through because they're sinning. It didn't make sense to me. She sniffed back her tears. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. So when they locked the people in the shed, I'd sneak them food. I just didn't understand why Maura, who was part of our membership, had kids, all of a sudden was being forced to live like an animal and do the most degrading things. I didn't understand why. I didn't add that emphasis. The emphasis was there. Sarah is wailing as if she's been transported back to the little girl she was at the time. What had she done? I didn't see anything, and I grew up around them. So from that moment, you lived in fear, because you could be the next person on the chopping block. Sarah eventually discovered that Mora's sin was that she had refused to beat her children. See, this is the type of shit I fucking... This is what I'm talking about, fam. That was the... that was the sin, right? Because Mora didn't fucking abuse her children. Therefore, the Lord is, like, so angry because of, like... What reason? I'm still trying to figure all of this out. By the way, where is this Lord thing anyway? Where is the Lord to confirm that, yes, this was a sin, and the Lord is, like, superly duperly totally against this? Because it sounds like it's, what's this goofy-ass bitch's name? Deborah. It seems like Deborah is the one saying it. So unless Deborah is saying that she herself is the Lord, what the hell is Deborah talking about? Deborah, what the fuck are you talking about? What is this supernatural, super intelligent, super thing that you're fucking talking about? What the fuck? So, anywho, let's continue. So Deborah Green was born in California and originally called Lila Carter. She was a straight-A student and became a communist at Sacramento State College. Deborah met her husband and Sarah's father, Jim Green, in the hippie commune in California. Then they found God through the charismatic Pentecostal church Christ Gospel and became missionaries. Cappity fucking cappity fucking cappity fucking cap. This is where we always have the problem. By the way, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and fucking notification bell. You know all that fucking shit. You know what to do. Do all that shit. That follow, hit that like, all that shit. Share and all that shit. Anywho. What do they mean, found God? See, that's the part where I always have a fucking problem with these superly duper sci-fi fantasy ideologies. They always talk about finding God. But if that was the case, if they found God, then why is it so fucking hard for them to show me right now? All these fuckers that claim they found God. All these theists, all these Christians that claim they found God. They found God. They were like, wow, there he is. Why can't you show me right the fuck now then? If you found it. If you found this God thing, where is it? Why is it so hard for y'all to show us right now this thing that y'all supposedly found? Oh, so you found it at Christ Gospel Church? That's where you found it? Then why the fuck can't you show us right now that it's at Christ Gospel Church right now? Or wherever the fuck you fucking fuckers think that this fucking shit is fucking that right fucking now. What are we talking about, fam? I'm still lost. What do you mean they found God? Listen, not a single theist has found God. If they found it, we wouldn't be here having these fucking discussions. I would not be sitting here reading you this article, because instead of talking about these people who claim they found God, they would show us this God thing. And then, instead of this article that I'm reading to you, we'd be talking about how the Lord is communicating his ideas to us. In fact, it would just communicate his ideas to us. And then we could all get on the same page, because the super intelligent super thing would be able to figure out how we can all work together interdependently with synergy, so we don't have any of these problems, so that we don't see these things like we're about to read to you. And it's only going to get worse from here. So if anybody has any triggers or anything, just know, if you're here, you might get triggered, because we always talk about shit that is triggering. Because later on in this fucking paragraph, you're going to hear some things be very, 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 very extremely, disgustingly difficult to hear. I'm just trying to explain to you why I'm so passionate, why I'm so fucking angry about this, why I get so sick of this Christian, religious, theistic bullshit. Alright, so check it out, alright? It says here, they moved to Mexico, working first in an orphanage and then a Christian college. During the day at the college, Sarah and her younger brother Josh were looked after by an 18-year-old male student. Every afternoon, he put Josh, then aged 2, down for a nap and took Sarah for a walk. One day, he took her to the empty school church, exposed himself, and told her to touch him. He did this for a few weeks and then raped the 4-year-old Sarah. Deborah, who was still going by the name Lila, discovered what had happened after finding blood in Sarah's fam. 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 What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What in the goddamn fuck? Right? And we're not even halfway through the story. In fact, there's so much more to the story. I'm not about to read the whole article to y'all. But just the fact that we got there. That we got there. And this is just one out of so many stories. These are the stories that happen on their watch. These are the stories that they are responsible for, these people. And I don't see a single Christian figuring out a solution at all. At all. I don't see them even trying to figure out how to solve this, how to prevent this, how to stop this. If they claim that they're so highly moral and amazing and wonderfully amazing and wonderful and amazing and wonderful, then what the fuck? What in the fuck? How the fuck do they allow this shit to happen in there? Because look, let me bring it back up. I know, I hate to bring it back up. I know, I'm such a piece of shit because I keep bringing it up. Right? I can't let go of this shit. But just look at what it says. Look at what it said. It said he took her to the empty school church. Isn't this supposedly God's house? Isn't that what y'all say, you theists, you Christians? Don't y'all say it's the Lord's house? Where was the Lord? Where the fuck was the Lord? Where the hell was it? Where was it? Where was it? So check this, right? So the next thing it says, horrified, the family packed their bags and left the college and Christ's gospel to find the true God. Holy fuck. This is what it says. Horrified, the family packed their bags and left the college and Christ's gospel to find the true God. Wait. Time out. See, this is where we have the problem. I mean, we already have a major. We've actually addressed a few major problems, but it's the fact that I thought they said they already found God. Isn't that what it said? I could have sworn that it said, hold on, let me scroll up. Where was it? No, I moved up a little too far. It says, Deborah met her husband and Sarah's father, Jim Green, in a hippie commune in California. Then they found God. That's what it says, right? They found God. God was there. They were like, wow, God, there you are. We have been looking all over for you and we found you. But now it's saying, literally, in the very next paragraph, the first sentence, horrified, the family packed their bags and left the college in Christ's gospel to find a true God. So then what did they find before? If that wasn't the true God, then what did they find then? Well, I thought it said they found God. Right? So that should be open and shut. So wait. They left Christ's gospel so that they can find a true God. So where exactly is this true God? What the hell are these people talking about? Do you not understand the problem here? They already found God. That's what it said. They found God there at this Christ gospel. But now it's saying they packed their bags and left so that they can actually find the true God. Listen, folks, it's 2026 AD, not BC. AD. That means we live in the modern age. Look right now. I'm literally streaming to you right now. It don't matter that it's only maybe a couple people on different platforms. It's the fact that We are streaming live in real time right now. We are talking about this. We are covering this. We are live. If there is a supernatural, super intelligent, super thing that was supposedly so real and so true, it can literally choose right now to show the fuck up and show us how real it is at any point in time. It doesn't even need to be on my live. It can be on any live. It can be on any live platform. Anybody who's streaming a live, any live TV networks, internet, social media, whatever the fuck. All you need is one single fucking person to demonstrate that there is this thing, and yet we get nothing. These people that supposedly claim they found the thing, well, now they're leaving to go find the true thing. And that right there should show you how full of shit these people are. Oh, but it gets better. It gets better. Let's just at least finish this paragraph. Alright? So, obviously, they left to find a true God, and then they led a nomadic lifestyle, traveling through Mexico and Central America. Despite the trauma of the rape, Sarah says in her early years, family life was relatively functional. We were always dirt poor because we were missionaries, but my mom was nurturing. She taught me how to cook and sew. She was an average mom in the early days. Sarah attended regular schools, was sociable, and loved pushing herself academically as her mother had done. But in 1981, Deborah told the family that she was now hearing directly from God. She was given prophecies, and I slowly watched my mom deteriorate into, I don't know how to describe it. She settles on craziness, but that somehow sounds too benign. Isn't that sad? Like, crazy isn't a good enough word. That's how fucking crazy this bitch was. And it's so fucking sad because one of the things that we always talk about around here in the no cap zone is the fact that we here in America and around the world, we're suffering from a mental health and substance abuse crisis. But not only that, it's been a crisis the whole time. We just didn't know because everybody was fucking crazy. We didn't have psychology. We didn't have neuroscience. We didn't understand synapses. We didn't know we had synapses. When motherfuckers was tweaking, we just thought, shit, I don't fucking know. He must have a fucking demon or something. Yeah, that's it. He had a demon. See, we didn't have telescopes. We didn't have microscopes. We couldn't tell that there were fucking, diseases, that there were psychological disorders, that there are brain-eating chemicals and shit like that, that there's all these different things that could affect people's psychology, that people have different disorders. Not just the ones who are exhibiting the symptoms, but even the people who don't. They have underlying issues that can be triggered that you don't know could trigger it, right? We've seen so many stories where people will ingest some kind of a substance or experience some kind of a trauma, and then that's when the underlying disorder manifests, right? We see so many situations where two people can take the same substance. One person just has a normal experience. Another person has a complete psychological fucking physiological freak out or a complete personality change as a result of them ingesting the substance and having pre-existing conditions. So you never know what could affect anybody at any time because we have all these issues that we have that we don't even know that we have, that most people don't know that we have. And even now, we still don't fully understand the human brain and how it's affected by all these different aspects of society, the environment, the childhood, the personal experience, all these different things that make up a person. So when people claim that they hear these voices, there was a time when it made sense to people. It was like, oh, you must have a real super insight. But no, what we're seeing now, these are clearly manifestations of some kind of psychological disorder or disorders, right? These people are clearly detached from reality. Because, see, the thing is, these people claim that they have this special insight, that they have this special knowledge that separates them from every fucking body else. But what we always see in every single one of these cases, such as this other case that I want to show y'all that we talked about briefly yesterday, is that when these people say this shit, they have nothing of real substance to offer. These people do not invent new things. They don't discover new things. They don't add to the fucking scientific understanding of the substrate of reality because of their superly super special knowledge. They don't produce nothing. All they do is extract. All they do is extract wealth, extract time, extract attention, extract value from people with their sci-fi fantasy psychobabble, their sci-fi fantasy fucking bullshit, that dumb shit that they fail so miserably to demonstrate actually is real, actually comports with reality, actually helps society, human society, American society in these tangible, demonstrable ways that we can't even try to argue. They're clearly beneficial. We clearly see the benefits, and we're all they can't show us anything. So when we see these stories like this, or like this story, let me show y'all this shit. This is the type of shit blows my fucking mind. Now this is a more recent article. I think it's from like a few days ago, like 5 days ago, but the same type of shit. Check it out. Look at this shit. Christian missionary hailed as holiest man alive pleads guilty to guess fucking what? Guess what? The same shit they always plead guilty for. The same fucking shit. They for some reason, they just can't stop raping people. I don't know what it is. They can't stop raping kids for some reason. It's like, for some reason, even though they have this super connection to the super ultimate, super moral, super fucking intelligent, super amazing, super wonderful creator super thing, the Alpha and Omega, the King of Kings, the Lambs, the salt of the earth, and the whatever. They just can't stop raping kids. I don't know what it is. This is a daily occurrence, but for some reason, I just don't know. They claim they're so much morally superior to any and everybody, and yet, here we are. Another of so many of these stories, right? Matter of fact, check it out. This is from May 7th. So this was like not even a week ago. By Suzanne Gamboa and Mike Hicksonbaugh of NBC News. This is literally NBC News. Okay, so let's check out this video real quick. Hold on, y'all. Turn the fucking volume on. It's full screen this shit. Let's see what the fuck these motherfuckers is talking about.
Now to an NBC News investigation into a pattern of abuse at the world's largest Pentecostal denomination, the Assemblies of God. For decades, a man who...
Wait. Time out. So hold on. Let me go back. I think I missed something.
NBC News investigation into a pattern of abuse at the world's largest Pentecostal denomination.
The world's largest Pentecostal denomination. I thought that's what I heard, but I wanted to be absolutely clear that that's what I heard. That's why I wanted to make sure that y'all understood that that's what we both heard. The world's largest Pentecostal denomination is where this pattern of abuse occurred. Just wanted to make that abundantly clear for y'all in case y'all didn't hear it. What up?
The
Hit that like.
of God. For decades, a man who some called the holiest man on earth abused young men and boys. Survivors and advocates say for a long time, church leaders looked the other way. A warning, some kind...
You don't say! You don't fucking say! Oh, I'm so fucking surprised. Oh, this guy who's the holiest man on earth, he fucking raped kids and people look the other way. Yeah, that totally never fucking happens. That's totally like, who would have ever thought that could possibly happen? We never ever see this happen in the fucking church. Never that. That would totally never happen. Not in the church. Not on the fucking Lord and Savior Jesus Christ's watch. No fucking way. It's gotten to a point where I'm like, at what point do we say that people are just straight up complicit in this shit? At some point, there has to be a moment where this isn't just accidental. This isn't just like one of like the outliers where this is not only par for the course, but that these minor fucking fucks are a straight up criminal syndicate. And that everybody's complicit because these are stories that get covered nearly every day. And yet, so many people turn a blind eye. They don't want to know. They don't want to think about it. And then they still want to purport that they're so morally superior to everybody. They want to push these ideas like they have the greatest ideas in the fucking world. But all we have to do is show y'all just a sliver. I mean, we're barely 20 seconds in. And already we got the same old fucking story that we get every fucking time. These minor fuckers fucking minors and always fucking doing it on a regular basis, on a daily basis, right? People get so up in arms about the Epstein shit, but what about the fucking shit that's happening literally everywhere? All across the country, all across the world, right? These minor fuckers, they constantly get caught for the same fucking shit, and then people act like they don't know that this is the shit that has been happening this whole entire time. What are we doing, fam? What the fuck are we doing? How the fuck are people still falling for this shit in 2026, and people act like this is such a surprise when this is the pattern that's been happening this whole entire time? The whole entire time. The Epstein shit ain't shit compared to the Christian church, which has been doing this on a massive scale for literally thousands of years. For thousands of years, just in the recent history, just within the past couple of years. Within the past couple of fucking months, we have seen literally billions of fucking dollars worth of settlements for this exact same shit. For this exact same shit. All over the country. All over the world. On such a huge scale. Because this shit does not stop. It will never stop. It can't stop. Won't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Rockefeller Records make it. Get down, baby. Get down. It don't ever stop. And it will never stop. Because these psychos get into the shit. Because that's what they are. Hey, what's up, my people? All my people on YouTube, what's up, what's up? Ice, thank you for coming through on YouTube too. Alex, what up? Famo, thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through. Everybody that like and that subscribe, god damn it. Check out off9.com. Making some shit happen. About to change the fucking world. Just hold your horses, join the Discord, and just hang out and relax, okay? About to fucking make history. But just know, this shit is a goddamn shame. That this shit persists and people subscribe to this shit and they swear by this shit and they swear this is the most amazing shit and they can't show us that this shit is actually useful or helpful to society. People claim they're so against these types of people. They claim they're so against child predators. But oh, if the person claims that they're a man of God, a woman of God, shh. Well, but see, you don't understand. See, the thing is they have free will and the Lord, you know, the Lord taketh and the Lord giveth and the Lord, you know, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Bullocks, show us right now. Anywho, let's get back to the video. I know, I'm sorry. I'm preaching too hard.
Content in this story might be hard to hear.
I can tell you that I'm a registered sex offender.
A shocking confession from Youth Minister Daniel Zavala.
No, it's not. No, it's not. What the fuck? Who is shocked anymore? Fam, who... I'm sorry. I keep stopping it. But shocking. This is shocking to you? Who the fuck is shocked by this anymore? This is every day. This is every single day. This is one out of so fucking many. If you're still shocked by this, you haven't been... Not only are you not paying attention, your head is in the sand. You literally did not want to know. You did not want to know. Because look, this is some shit from 5 days ago. We haven't even looked at today's news. Okay? So, I have no idea how much of this shit continues to happen today, but this is from 5 days ago, 6 days ago. Okay? And these are stories that we cover damn near every day. They kicked me off of fucking TikTok because I was talking about this shit, because they don't want people to know. Isn't that crazy? Like, the same shit that I'm doing right now, showing you a video from NBC News, right? NBC News, one of the biggest fucking media organizations in the world. TikTok would stop me because they would say this is misinformation, even though NBC News has over 10 million fucking followers on TikTok, but they don't want you to hear it from me, because how dare I show you the news that nobody else wants to actually, like, really push like that. But anywho, check it out, fam. Check this shit out.
In his living room,
I knew that I was wrong.
Of course he did.
Joseph Cleveland's youth pastor brought
shit.
him to that same room when he was 15.
This is like right after I met Daniel.
Now a father of 3, Cleveland says back then he was looking for a father figure himself. He was told Zavala could help guide him.
He was more like a guru. Like, if you struggle with something, let's go ask Daniel.
When did you ready to go from spiritual guidance to something else?
Day 2. Starts slow.
I'm sorry. I know this isn't funny. I know this isn't funny. He said day 2. Oh my God. He didn't say day 22, 32, 402. No, he said day 2, the next day, right away. He was on the weird shit. Oh wow, oh my God, we're so shocked and chagrined. Who would have ever thought? Who could have ever fucking thought? Who could have ever thought that this is what the fuck happened? Yeah, I mean, totally smoothly shocking, guys. So shocking that one fucking guy who is a superly morally super guy is on that weird shit. And people are still acting like this is a surprise. It's like a shocker, right? I'm literally disgusted that people are like still surprised by this when this is literally par for the course. And oh, by the way, where's the Lord? Where the fuck is the Lord? This was day 2. Day 2. Like, come on, fam. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't let it go.
Starts with him changing in front of me. Or let's talk about masturbation or pornography.
Nice!
Cleveland says Savala's openness was revelatory.
I can finally talk about this stuff with somebody who everybody has told me to trust and respect.
But for
Everybody.
a decade, Cleveland says Savala took that trust and twisted it.
Probably within a year, he kind of progresses to like oral sex, where he kind of forces himself on me.
Nice.
Makes you do that.
Yeah.
Great. Isn't this
Every time I talk
wonderful?
about it, relive it. So.
Isn't this wonderful? Praise the Lord, guys! Praise the fucking Lord or some shit. Right? We're supposed to be like, yes, this is totally evidence of the blessings of Jesus or some shit. We're supposed to be like, yes, this is what we have prayed to the high heavens for. So that somebody could be sitting here having to relive trauma that probably shouldn't be happening at all because you're superly, duperly, morally superior to everybody. I don't understand it. Yeah, fam. Alright, homie, holla back, fam. Thank you for coming through. I just get so disturbed that this shit is so common, it's so consistent, persistent, and yet these things keep happening and people seem to turn the blind eye. You heard how he said everybody told him that this guy was the guy? Everybody. That means everybody's complicit. At what point do we recognize everybody is fucking wrong? Why is it so hard for so many people to be like, you know what, my bad, we fucked up. We thought this guy was the guy, but he wasn't the guy. No, what do we see? People turning the blind eye, because we're about to get there, right? This is a 6-minute video, we're barely 2 minutes in, and already, tragedy, trauma, it's sickening and disgusting. But let's just continue. This shit drives me fucking crazy.
And I remember distinctly him grabbing the back of my head and forcing me onto him. It's a memory that never goes away.
That abuse allegedly happened here in Savala's ivy-covered bungalow, nicknamed the Lion's Den. Other
Nice.
victims say it happened here in the backyard sauna. According to lawsuits, police reports, online forums, and interviews with NBC News, Savala had access to boys and young men through Chi Alpha, a college campus ministry run by the Assemblies of God, the world's largest Pentecostal denomination. In a statement to NBC News, the Assemblies of God says it directed Chi Alpha leaders in Texas to stay away from Savala in 2018 and took appropriate actions when it received reports of sexual abuse in 2023.
Cappity fucking cap, dude. See, here, and this is exactly the type of shit that I talk about. This is exactly a quintessential example of coordination failure, fam. Y'all took appropriate actions. Fam, where's the Lord? Take me to your manager. Clearly y'all have a fucked up system here. Hey, take me to your manager. Take me to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ right now. I have a major complaint. This is absurd. The fact that you fucking goofies actually are sitting here trying to make these excuses like, oh no, we did the right thing. Bullshit. a single child getting hurt means you didn't take appropriate actions. Because, see, the whole thing is, this shit shouldn't happen at all. If y'all have the superior moral code, if y'all have the wonderfully, amazingly safe environment and all that type of shit, then how could this happen one single time at all? No, the appropriate action is for y'all to admit y'all don't know what the hell you're talking about. Your ideology is useless, worthless, doesn't help anything. All that faith of a mustard seed shit, cap! It doesn't help anybody. Because, oh, the faith of a mustard seed didn't stop the rape. It doesn't move mountains. It doesn't stop rape. It doesn't stop bullets. It does nothing. Faith is useless. In fact, I would go further and say faith is evil. Basically the willful ignorance to do not a goddamn thing to hope that maybe perhaps something can magically wonderfully happen, and if it doesn't, oh well, I guess it's just the Lord, I guess it's just God's will or some shit. I guess that's just the Lord's plan, is God's plan for the 4-year-old to get fucking violated by some weirdo, because the Lord is totally cool with that. I don't understand it. I'm so sickened by this shit. Anywho.
But records show the church knew of Savala's misconduct.
Of course!
Before all
Of course they did!
Yes.
Ron Blumenkemper Jr. was a member of Chi Alpha in Texas in the 90s. Years later, Blumenkemper learned that in 2012, Daniel Savala was charged with 11 counts of sexually abusing boys in Alaska. He pleaded guilty to 1 count and was a registered sex offender. Chi Alpha leaders in Texas rallied to his defense.
They raped.
No shit. No fucking, of course they rallied to his defense. Because guess what? And this is the lesson that I need people to understand. That there are more weirdos out here than you would like to think. Okay? And it's not just the weirdos who do the shit. It's not just the people who do the shit. But it's also the people who are directly complicit. We're talking about multiple levels of failure. On every level. I mean, we're talking about the person who claims that they have this super special, super connection with this super ultimate, supernatural, super thing. Bullshit. They 0% of them can demonstrate this. They're the people that believe them and who help cover up these sickening behaviors, these sickening antisocial abusive behaviors. They're at fault. But then there's also the people that help protect the institution and the ideology. That claim that this ideology is so amazing, that this institution is amazing, that these ideas are amazing, despite the fact that 0% of these people can demonstrate any value of these beliefs, that these beliefs are useful, helpful, wonderful, amazing, any of that. These people can't demonstrate any of this shit to be true. They can't demonstrate a single claim that they make. All they have is a sci-fi fantasy book that makes a bunch of bullshit-ass, vague-ass claims, vague-ass prophecies or whatever, and then people making these ridiculous, like, oh, interpretations, well, this passage says this and that passage says that, so therefore it must be true because I really want to believe it. Fam, miss me all that. If the Lord is real, fuck your book, take me straight to the source. Where's the Lord right now? I don't care what your book says. I literally don't care. You can tell me, oh, in chapter whatever, I don't care. Miss me with all. I'm talking about real life. I'm talking about in real life. Okay, you can tell me that in Harry Potter, book 2, chapter 7, page 97, whatever the fuck you want to tell me, I don't care. Harry Potter is fiction. It is fiction. And look, if you really love Harry Potter, that's great. I'm glad that you enjoy it. I hope that you have all the fun consuming all the Harry Potter content to your heart's content. In fact, if you could actually find a community of people who also enjoy Harry Potter just as much, if not more than you, that would be great, and I hope that you all have fun sharing your love for Harry Potter, as long as you know that it's not real, and try to actually push legislation based on what you thought Harry Potter said to you, because you thought that you heard a voice from Harry telling you that Harry wants you to fucking discriminate against the gays, because apparently Harry Potter is super duper homophobic or some shit. I don't fucking know. Miss me with all that type of retarded ass behavior. I don't care how long this shit has been around. I don't care how many people believe it. Retarded behavior is retarded, and I don't give a fuck if it makes you offended. I don't care if it hurts your feelings. I don't care if you actually get angry and mad or whatever the fuck. Well, then I guess that means that you need to demonstrate the fuck what you're talking about, and then you can make me look stupid, and then I can actually have to be forced to admit that I was wrong and that you were right. I would be like, yo, I will right here, right now. This second, I will stop streaming. I will apologize to every single fucking Christian in the world. Every single Christian on the planet Earth. I will make a video to every single Christian on this planet. I will spend the rest of my life recording an apology video to every single Christian. I mean personalized, talking to you, using your name, to you, addressed to you, to say, you know what, you were right. I was fucking wrong as hell. I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. You did, so let me take back what the fuck I said, because clearly that will never happen. Not because I'm just declaring it, but because y'all have had more than enough time. Y'all have had way the fuck more than enough time. Literally 1,000 years. And 100% of the time that y'all make these claims that Jesus is coming back, or the revelations, or the rapture, or whatever the fuck y'all be talking about is supposed to happen, it never happens. Not one time. Not one single time. Every single time. 100% of the time y'all make a claim. Oh, this is going to happen on this date. The date comes and goes. The date comes and goes, and then y'all are left sitting there like the fucking goofies that y'all look like. And I can't stand it. Look, I am a former Christian myself. I understand how people fall into these ideas, but see, because I actually cared about whether or not what I believed was true, I end up realizing that this shit doesn't make any sense. When you see these type of stories, there is no fucking way in hell you could tell yourself that you're a good person, but you also are protecting these fucking weirdos. That you're protecting these institutions where this weirdo behavior occurs constantly. It's not like, oh, it's like a few bad apples. This is every fucking day. Like I said, we haven't even looked at today's news. We haven't looked at today's news. And the sad part about this is that I know that I'm probably going to find something new from today. Probably some shit that just dropped like 2 minutes ago while we were sitting here talking about this shit, because that's how common this behavior is. And that's why we need to be really, 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 really real and serious about having real conversations about these topics, about paraphilias, about how common they are, about how so many fucking people engage in all these different types of behaviors and have all these different proclivities that nobody knows about, that most people are not taught about because we don't talk about it, because we have this puritanical society that doesn't want to talk about it. But at the same time, these Puritans, the people that claim to be Puritans, also want to purely be weird and want to allow themselves to be weird so that nobody actually criticizes them for their weirdness. But see, that's why we gotta have conversations about, oh, they want to fucking be so big about eradicating porn. We don't want any porn, but they want to rape kids. I don't understand it. I'm like, wait, y'all want to fucking block all these porn apps, right? And that's whatever. Like, I don't have... If you don't want to watch and enjoy porn, that's fine. But it's like, I find it really strange that the same groups that are like totally against porn are like somehow working to protect child predators. Like, that's so weird that these people would be like, yo, porn is really bad, but child sex slavery or whatever, trafficking, fucking rape, and all that type, that's totally fine. We're going to help protect the weirdos who engage in that behavior. I just don't understand it. So let's just finish this video. Let's just finish.
Is the money for him? They wrote letters to the judge.
For his defense.
For his defense.
Back in Houston,
For his
Chi Alpha
defense.
members continued bringing young men and boys to see Savala. Over the next decade, at least 6 people alerted the Assemblies of God that Chi Alpha was exposing young people to a sex offender. NBC News found emails and phone calls were dismissed or ignored.
No
in
shit.
2023, Bloomingkemper launched his online forum.
Story after story of people saying, I told, they did nothing.
It was the forum that changed everything for Stephen and Jessica Holt.
I call my husband and say, I think that this is Papa Daniel, and if it is, our son has been to his house.
Their son, a minor we're not naming, was just 13 when he was introduced to Savala through their former church, years after that conviction in Alaska. The Holts thought it was an honor.
Daniel was Jesus, Moses, Daniel, Papa Daniel.
The holiest man on earth.
But they say Savala used that persona to groom victims and normalize abuse. They say 4 Chi Alpha members trained by Savala abused their boy.
The guys were pulling their penises out in a circle, encouraging our son to do the same. They
What
would
the
put his
fuck?
head in their crotch and make
What?
sexual sounds.
Jesus
Why do you
Christ.
think these men who are accused were able to abuse your son over and over again?
He trusted them. And they had phrases of nudity is unity. Everyone does this. It's normal.
Savala says much the same thing in that 2023 confession tape he made with a lawyer obtained by NBC News. It's unclear why he made the video.
I would say, oh, this is natural, this is fun, and I won't tell anybody.
In that video, he says the church had no idea what he was doing. Savala is in jail, facing criminal charges, but has not entered a plea. His lawyers did not respond to a request for comment. 6 of Savala's protégés are also charged with sexual abuse. The Holts sued the Assemblies of God for negligence and settled for an undisclosed sum. The Assemblies of God says they were heartbroken to hear allegations against Savala and the pain his reported actions caused, saying they're doing everything we can to help.
What do you want to see from the Assemblies of God now?
I want to see them release all the reports and take full responsibility. We knew he was a registered sex offender, and we didn't do enough, and we're sorry.
An apology is what many say they're waiting for.
In 2023, the Assemblies of God did an internal investigation into the alleged abuse. Accusers like Joseph Cleveland, who you just saw in our story, say the Assemblies of God hasn't made enough changes. They are urging the church to release a report on that investigation. Meanwhile, Daniel Savala is awaiting trial. At least 10 people have accused him of sexual misconduct in criminal filings, lawsuits, and signed statements.
Yeah, man. Oh, look. Did he? You. Fam, I'm sick of this shit. And it's like, look. It's... I'm finding it very difficult, honestly. Look, I'm a former Christian, so I get how people get roped into this stuff. So I'm not blaming people for getting caught up in it, because I get it. I understand when you're an ignorant person, when you are literally just not knowing enough about reality, and you come across these ideas that are promoted everywhere, that are celebrated everywhere, you become a part of it because you want to belong. And I get it. It's not lost on me that people want to belong to community. But why would you want to belong to that community where that could happen? It's very difficult for me to not say that we should put responsibility on some of the parents, man, including those parents, because it's 2026, fam. It's not 2026 BC. It's 2026 AD. These are stories that get released, that get covered nearly every single day. Matter of fact, I'm about to see if there are stories from today. Because 9 times out of 10, there will be stories from today. Because this shit is so common. It's so persistent. It's so consistent. It's constant. This shit doesn't stop. This shit doesn't stop. Like check this, right? This is from an hour ago. Pretty sure there's gonna be a paywall, and you know how it goes these days. You can't just access an article. You have to spend money to access information nowadays. Even though it's the information age, it's also the fucking subscription age. Okay? So check this out. So obviously we can't read the article because we've been selected to pay only $1 for 6 months. Fuck that. But this article, the title is Abuse Survivors Warn Resolution Could Thwart Bill to Open a Window to Claims Against the Catholic Church. I think that explains itself. But look at this. This is 6 hours ago. 6 hours ago. Pastor guilty of sexual battery after woman went to him for marital counseling. Okay, I mean, like, fam. I mean, like, do we need to go into the fucking story? Do we need to go into the details? I mean, I think we've seen more than enough. But, you know, the fact of the matter is, This is the type of shit that happens when people subscribe to ideas that don't make any goddamn sense. And now we have to have these conversations that people don't want to have. They refuse to have them because they have tied their ideology, they have tied their identity to this ideology, and they want to fucking believe the ideology so bad that it literally warps their sense of reality, their sense of morals, their sense of ethics to such a degree where people will actually not only engage in this behavior, in this type of behavior, but people will literally encourage this behavior, enable this behavior, empower this behavior on a fucking major scale. That's why I talk about it, because if Christianity was so great, why doesn't it stop this shit at all? Why are these stories so persistent? Why don't these stories ever stop? When are Christians going to be able to figure out how to stop the rape that occurs in their own communities by their own leaders? I don't get it. I don't get it. Why is this so persistent? Why are there so many pastors and priests and leaders of various kinds who get caught up in these situations? Why is it that the totality of Christianity, right? The totality of the religion in and of itself can't figure out a solution. All the Christians in the world, all the resources that they have, all the leaders, all the wealth, all the connections, all the manpower, the sheer number of people. You're talking about 200 million people. You mean to tell me that between the 200 million of them, a simple one of them can't figure out a solution? Not one time. Not one person between 200 million people can figure this shit out. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm at a complete loss as to how we are still having these conversations, and how people like me, the skeptics, the people who are just straight up anti-theistic, are still getting significant pushback and censorship as a result of my relentless display of the facts. Like, this is not difficult to do. I'm not a super genius, fam. This does not require super deep analysis and super, like, computer technical skills and all this type of shit. I didn't have to hack into a network. I didn't have to learn programming. I didn't have to learn C++ and VB and Python and fucking Java, JavaScript, Java, nothing. All I had to do was just Google some shit. Anybody can Google the shit. Any and everybody. This is publicly available information. That's why I show you this is the easiest shit in the world. That's why they had to take me off of fucking TikTok, because it was too easy. It was too easy to build a following doing this, showing you people the type of shit that these weirdos like to do. Look at this. Defense seeks magistrate screening of accused pastor's phone before prosecutors can access messages. Joshua Trent faces 2 counts of guess what? As his attorney moves to block state access to privileged cell phone communications. Okay. So, this guy, obviously a former youth pastor, business owner, faces 2 counts of sexual battery involving a victim between the ages of 12 and 18. Okay, like, look, man. Same old shit, and then look at the date. That's fucking, oh wait, it's today at 1:45 p.m. in Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? Like, fam, this is too damn easy. It's too easy. This is easy as fuck, because where's the Lord, fam? Where is the Lord? Where's the Lord? Where's the fucking Lord? This thing is supposedly so super duper. It has all these ideas and it's super clear. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it to explain this shit? To stop this shit? To prevent this shit? To say, nope, not picking that dude. He clearly has a weirdo behavior, a weirdo tendency. I'm not going to pick that dude to represent me. I don't understand it. Holy fucking shit. Let me peep this shit real quick. Oh, man. Oh, man. Check this. Check this. Hold on. So this is, I guess, government executive. Here's the story. Sermonizing Easter email prompts USDA employees to sue the agency. In response to the lawsuit, the department said, "We will keep the plaintiffs in our prayers." By Sean Michael Newhouse on Today at 3:06 p.m. Central Standard Time, 4:06 p.m. Eastern Time. It says a group of agriculture department workers and the National Federation of Federal Employees Union on Wednesday filed a lawsuit over an email to the agency's workforce celebrating the Easter holiday sent by Secretary Brooke Rollins. Specifically, the plaintiffs objected to language in the communication that assumes the recipient is Christian, such as, "Today, we celebrate the greatest story ever told, the foundation of our faith, and the abiding hope of all mankind." See, this is the type of garbage. It's the type of garbage I can't fucking stand. Can't fucking stand it. I can't fucking stand it. I can't stand it. I'm disgusted that this is what Christians do. They always have to insert their bullshit into everything. Every single fucking thing. Despite the stories I just showed you, and their complete and utter failures to solve those problems, to prevent those problems, to stop those problems, they want to inject their shit into everything. They want to inject their bullshit into every fucking thing they possibly can. Why? Because that's how they promote their garbage. Because that's the only way that they can promote their garbage. They always have to fucking ignore the fucking failures, the disgusting behavior, their disgusting theology, their disgusting textbook nonsense. And they always have to purport that their shit is the most awesome and amazing shit. And we're supposed to be superly duperly deferential. We're supposed to be respectful or whatever. Even though they don't have to respect anybody else, right? They don't respect anybody else. But why should we respect their beliefs when their beliefs are inaccurate, they're non-demonstrable, they're unjustifiable, and they're frankly disgusting? Just straight up. Straight up. Straight the fuck up. How is it a great story? It's not even a decent story. Motherfuckers talking about this is the greatest story ever told. What the fuck is so great about this story? What's so great about the story? The guy, he was supposedly super amazing, and nothing happened. He came, he performed a few magic tricks, he had people fucking go crazy, like, you know, fucking, they were watching Chris Angel or some shit. Oh my god! Oh my god! And what happened? Nothing. The dude supposedly had all this power, but then, like, he couldn't stop the fucking Knights Templar from killing him. And nothing got solved. Nothing got solved. Not a single world problem got solved. And people celebrate this. Think of the fact that billions of people celebrate literal failure, miserable failure, constant failure. Literally their entire ideology is a celebration of nothingness and constant failure. I mean, imagine how 100% of the people fail miserably to demonstrate any of this shit to be actually true. That they have to go out of their way to insert their bullshit ideology into official government business for what exactly? What gets accomplished by this shit? If it was so amazing, it should be easily self-evident. It should be easily demonstrable. A person like me, who was a devoted follower at one point, should not ever be able to reject your bullshit because it's clearly bullshit. It should be easy for theists, if what they believe was true, to show us that this was true. It would literally be science. It would not be theism. It would be science. It would be actual literal science. It's not. So that's why I have a major problem. Because they always have to engage in this bullshit. Look at what it says here. It says, "We work for the federal government, not a church. I just want to go to work and make my country better. I shouldn't have to suffer through sermons and other religious messages forced upon me by the head of a federal agency, said plaintiff Ethan Roberts, an atheist and agricultural research service employee based out of Illinois. Sounds like my kind of guy, except he's probably not, because he's probably a bitch-ass fucking super lib, but whatever, I get it. In the press release statement, when the secretary sends an email, I have to read it, and when those emails are telling me what to believe, they make me feel unwelcome in an agency I've dedicated 10 years to. The lawsuit asks the courts to bar department officials from continuing to send or otherwise communicate proselytizing Christian messages to USDA employees, arguing that Rollins violated the First Amendment. Now, as many of you may or may not know, I keep a copy of the Constitution on deck. And the thing about the First Amendment, as I have noted previously, and I will note now, is that the First Amendment is actually very fucking vague. I don't know if you all can read this. Okay, hold on, let me move this out the way, out of my way. Okay, so this is what it says in Amendment 1. It says right in front of your face, right here, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. This is a problem because that's literally a self-contradictory statement. You can't say that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Those two things contradict each other. They can't coexist. You can't say you can't respect this, but then you also can't not respect this. Because now you're saying you're saying completely contradictory things. Freedom of religion means that rape we were talking about, they'd be free to do that and engage in that behavior regularly because it would be free exercise of religion. They could just claim this is a part of their retarded ass religion, and then we would have to say, well, I guess we have to respect that, except it also says that we shouldn't respect an establishment of religion, so why should we respect any of it? So that is the problem with the First Amendment, and this needs to be made clear to the fucking masses in America, that the First Amendment does not grant religious freedom at all. It literally says, the first thing it says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. It shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. That means that we should not respect an establishment of religion. It says it right there. But if you say that you can't prohibit the free exercise of religion, then you're saying that you should allow them to do whatever the fuck they want. The reason why we have laws is because we don't just let motherfuckers and minor fuckers fuck whoever the fuck they want. We say, hey, this is the group of people you are allowed to fuck. People over the age of this you are allowed to fuck. And people under that age, you are not allowed to fuck. Maybe in certain states, some of these, but not, like, below that, no. No! So, when you have a situation where so many people engage in this type of behavior who represent a certain ideology, an ideology that has failed miserably to demonstrate that it itself is justifiable, that it's even remotely respectable, that there's even a reason to respect it, and then you say we need to respect it? I don't understand it. Why? Even the Constitution says we shouldn't respect it. The Constitution says we shouldn't respect it, but at the same time it says that it shouldn't prohibit the free exercise thereof. So that's why we need a clarification. Do we want religious freedom or not? And this is why we need to have these conversations. Because I say no. I say the stories that we have just looked at completely, totally, and utterly destroy any reason to grant any religious faith. But considering the fact that over thousands of years, not a single Christian of any kind has demonstrated the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ at all, period. Can't provide us a correct, accurate, current location of any kind. Zero data of any kind. Not only that, but they can't provide any actual use for this shit. They can't say, okay, well, here's how we can solve the issue of... Yeah, that's a wild story, Ice. Hi, bad. But the fact that these ideologies fail to demonstrate that the ideas could actually help. You can't say, well, let's stop climate change. Let's stop child rape with Christianity. Hey, if you actually join the church, you can actually reduce carbon emissions by 79%. If you join the church, you can reduce child rape by 78.23%. If you join the church, well, then that's going to improve the social fabric of society in some tangible way that they can demonstrate right now with data. They have none of that. And yet people continue to push this bullshit. They continue to assert this garbage. They continue to act like we're supposed to be deferential to their bullshit. But all we see is bullshit. All we see is, oh, they want to inject their shit into fucking legal documents. Oh, they want to promote their shit during the Super Bowl. They want to, in regular speech, mention their sci-fi fantasy bullshit. They want to plug their sci-fi fantasy bullshit, but they never ever demonstrate that their sci-fi fantasy bullshit is actually useful, helpful, actually impactful in good ways, right? They're impactful in bad ways. We see that. We see the amount of people who get traumatized, right, throughout the fucking society. And we're talking about tens, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. And that's being fucking conservative, by the way. These are very conservative estimates, considering how constant this shit happens, considering the billions of dollars that have been spent in fucking goddamn settlements because there's these rapists in the church can't stop. They can't. At some point, we have to recognize this shit is a scam. It's the greatest, longest running scam in human history. And there's no good reason to invest in a scam. Because how is it helping us? If it helped us, they could show us right now. And it would be helping. And I would be like, yes, that was super duper super helpful. Instead, they fail constantly. And it makes me so fucking mad because I can't stand it. At some point, we have to figure out, or basically come to grips with the fact that this shit is garbage. Straight up. I know a lot of people hate to hear that. I know a lot of people will take offense to that. I know a lot of people will be angry as hell at me for saying that. I don't care. Because we live in the modern age, we live in the information age, and if you want to claim that your information is useful, then put up or shut the fuck up once and forever. We live in a time now where we have data, so if you claim to have it, it's time now to actually demonstrate it, to show us that what you are saying is not just your emotions peeking through, it's not you just making an emotional appeal, it's not you just being passionate, you're being passionately intelligent, educated, data-filled, whatever the case you want to call it. You have the data to show us that what you are saying actually makes sense and is actually comporting with the reality that we share and inhabit, and that we can use that shit that you're talking about to actually impact the world in positive, meaningful, useful, great, and awesome ways. If you can't, shut the fuck up and get the hell out of my face. Look, I'm not saying you're a bad person if you are a Christian, because I was a Christian. And I'm not going to say that I was a bad person because I genuinely didn't know any better. But we live in a time now where every Christian should know better by now. But they want to believe their craziness so fucking bad they don't want to know better. And so that's why it's hard for me to respect Christians now. Because at some point, we have to have this fucking come to Jesus moment where you realize that Jesus can't be come to because he's not there. You can't come to Jesus. How the fuck do you have a come to Jesus moment if you don't know where Jesus is at to come to him in the fucking first place? That's the whole point. You can't have a come to Jesus moment. I hate the fact that phrases like that even get said because they're bullshit. You can't come to something that doesn't exist. You can't come to something, go to something, find something if it's not there. How are you going to sit here and say you found God, but then all of a sudden the next paragraph you go on to find God again? Because apparently the God that you found wasn't the real God. So now you got to go find the real God, and you didn't determine what was your fucking metric for determining the realness of this God stuff that you were finding, that you supposedly found. And why is it that zero of you can demonstrate it to me right now? Why is it that these people claim that they have these ideas and they have nothing to show for it other than rape, other than child rape, other than children constantly getting raped, people getting raped, adults getting raped or having been raped, and just rapity rape all over the fucking world, and no way to stop it at all. I mean, literally, not a single method of any kind to stop it, even though they supposedly have a direct connection to the ultimate supernatural super thing that has all the answers. They claim to have all the answers, and yet they ain't got no answers at all. At all. At all. Look at this. I'm gonna show y'all one more. And then we about to break out of here. Thank everybody for coming through, and hit that like and subscribe and notification bell and all that type of shit. You know what the fuck. Thank you though. Thank you for coming through. But check this out. From Raw Story from yesterday, right after our live, GOP Senate hopeful under fire over guess what? Guess fucking what? The same shit. Because he has ties to a church that's been rocked by, guess what? The same fucking shit. How is it that this constantly happens? So check this out. Look. Michigan Republican Senate candidate Mike Rogers is facing scrutiny over his campaign's ties to a church where 3 leaders have been convicted of child sex crimes. Oh, Rogers is vying for the Senate seat being vacated by Democrat Gary Peters. The Democratic race is a 3-way contest between Rep. Haley Stevens, State Senator Mallory McMorrow, and former Detroit Health Director Abdul Al-Sayed. According to the Midland Daily News, nearly 3 weeks after a faith coalition leader with ties to Mark Barclay's Living World Church resigned from Mike Rogers' U.S. Senate campaign, a second coalition leader with ties to the organization appears to still be on the campaign. The Rogers campaign has received criticism for not speaking publicly about the volunteer coalition leader's ties to the Midland County Church, where 3 leaders over the past 2 years were convicted of sex crimes involving children. Fam. You wonder why Epstein shit happens? Exhibit A. Exhibit A. You think this fucking weirdo is the only person who has ties to an organization that has been caught up in this type of shit? Everybody in politics is caught up. You know why? Because so many people in politics are Christian, which means that they're all connected in some form or fashion to this type of behavior. Because guess what? Because not a single Christian can demonstrate any of their fucking bullshit to fucking actually accomplish anything, to demonstrate any of their fucking bullshit ass claims, and 0 of them can demonstrate how they can stop this behavior from happening anywhere. Literally anywhere. And these are the people who are in the positions where they can actually make the difference. Where they are literally the lawmakers. They are the makers of the law. They are vying for positions to be lawmakers, to affect the laws in whatever jurisdiction that they are vying for. So if they're literally seeking to be members of the Senate, members of the fucking House of Representatives, members of fucking goddamn whatever fuck, mayor, governor, whatever position, they have an opportunity to impact the laws, to impact the direction of their respective jurisdiction or whatever the fuck. But when you have these people who subscribe to these retarded ass ideologies that help nothing, that fix nothing, that have no clear goals other than to protect these fucking weirdos and to protect the scam, so that scam artists can continue scamming people out of their money to sell them a bullshit dream that doesn't actually benefit them. How can we act surprised that we're so suboptimal in the state of America, that we have this ridiculous society where people are out here publicly demonstrating their retarded ass mind state and acting like this is something to behold, like this is something wonderful, like we're supposed to be like, yes, this is amazing, that the people running for office, the people in office, that people who have been in office have been directly connected or indirectly connected to this type of bullshit. Either they were directly connected to minor fucking fuckers, you know, like the Epstein shit, you know, motherfucking former presidents and former presidential hopefuls gotta be fucking subpoenaed to testify that they didn't know anything that was happening during the time, even though technically, aren't you the fucking president? Isn't it your job to know this shit? Aren't you the fucking president? Because you're supposed to be protecting America. You're supposed to be protecting the fucking national security. How the fuck are you protecting the national security by being ignorant to weirdos who are in positions of wealth and power that you commiserate with, who engage in this fucking behavior? How How is that fucking possible? How do you not know? It's your job to know. You're the fucking president. You're the secretary of state. You're the fucking former first lady. What the fuck are we talking? You're both lawyers. You're both lawyers. That means that you both know the law in and out. Not only do you know the law, but then you were in positions where you could literally affect the law, where you could change the law. Hell, where you could probably write some of the laws. Probably wrote some of the fucking laws. And yet, you're gonna sit here and act like you don't fucking know any better. And I'm just some guy from the south side of Chicago. I went to school for business. How the fuck do I know all this shit about law and I ain't going to law school? The long and short of it, America has become what I call a hyper-capitalist, plutocratic, oligarchical, kakistocratic, kleptocratic, gerontocratic, theocratic, idiocratic, craziocratic, techno-feudalist corporatocracy. A nation run by a bunch of rich, old, corrupt, bitch-made, thieving-ass, conniving-ass, stupid-ass, unqualified-ass, imbecilic-ass, corrupt-ass Jesus freaks who don't know shit about fuck other than being bitch-ass simps for the rich, the banks, the corporations, and the churches, stealing from us, giving it to them, and acting like somehow that's gonna help us somewhere at some point down the line, where once they do their thing, somehow we're gonna be like, hey, that was so great, even though none of what they demonstrate helps us, and we have the data to show their goal was never to help us. That's why they don't help us. That's why it doesn't help us. That's why I get so frustrated at people when it comes to politics and having discussions about it. Look, let me say this. I am politically a leftist, but I don't support the Democrats or the Republicans because they have both failed miserably in terms of helping us create a well-functioning society, because that's not their goal. If their goal was to help us create a well-functioning society, they do it. Because they could demonstrate it. They could demonstrate clearly what a well-functioning society looks like and their plan to actually make it happen. The fact of the matter is they can't demonstrate that because they're full of shit. Because most of these people that vie for office subscribe to these ridiculous ideas on both sides, on both political sides, right? Democrat, Republican, Republican, Democrat. When I was a Christian, Obama came to my church. When I was a Christian, he was at my church. I used to be a member of this one church that my family's still a member of, and I'm not going to fucking plug them because fuck them. All I know is when I was a member, Obama went there. I mean, he didn't attend there, but he went there to campaign because, you know, politicians always have to campaign. And when they campaign, they always got to go to churches because so many fucking black people go to fucking church because they're so retarded. They believe in this bullshit. And it's so sad because it goes back to slavery. And, you know, there's a lot of historicity to this shit. And, you know, we don't have to get into all of it right now. But the fact of the matter is that my people were indoctrinated, were forced, were beaten, were enslaved, were tortured, conditioned to subscribe to this craziness, to where we are now, where so many people in communities like mine on the south side of Chicago subscribe to these ridiculous bullshit ideas, right? And they don't help us at all. And all they are resource extraction mechanisms, okay? Think about it. Where I live right now is considered a low-income community. And yet we have all these fucking churches. All these churches. Now, if the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ was true, you would think that this would be the safest neighborhood in the fucking world. But the opposite is true. It's one of the most dangerous neighborhoods. I mean, think about the fact that this neighborhood produced King Von. Okay, just know that. This neighborhood right here produced King Von. He's not from fucking O Block. He's from here, Killer Ward. He's from right over there. He used to stay right over there. Down the street. Over here. Not O Block, over here. Okay? So think about King Von. Think about all the media that's been put out about this dude. Especially by these you know, YouTubers like Trap Lord Ross and DJ Academics and all these fucking goofies. Like that tout that he was this super serial killer and all this type of shit. Think about the fact that he's from here. That loony like that. If we just took what they said at face value, that this dude was the super menace of the Chicago streets, that he was from here in Killer Ward, where literally all these fucking churches are all over the fucking place, all around me. If I showed you a map, matter of fact, let me go ahead and show y'all. I show y'all this all the fucking time. But check this out. This is literally a map of where I live on the south side of Chicago. 079, Killer Ward Crazy. South side, what's up, what's good. Always gotta represent. But check this out, though. This is where I live right now on the south side of Chicago. Okay? And one would think that if this was the greatest, most amazingly safest community in the world, if the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ was real, that this shit would be super duper, super duper. Right? This is where I live at. Right here, right now. Look at all these fucking churches around me. Look at all of these churches. And this isn't even a great representative sample. This is just the ones that are in the area right near me. But there's more churches over here. There's more churches over there and down here. They're literally everywhere all over Chicago, especially on the south side. Southsiders love them some fucking Jesus. They superly love Jesus. I mean, you cannot tell these people nothing about the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. They will argue up and down. Motherfucker might even kill your ass over some Jesus, right? And yet, one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the fucking nation. Tyshawn Lee was murdered over here. It was right over here. It was a nationwide story, right? A national news story covered by all the major news networks. You know what I'm saying? And throughout it all, we still have no Jesus anywhere to be found. So what is the fucking point of all of this Jesus talk? What the fuck is the point of us having all these churches all over the place if it doesn't actually help us? I'll tell you why. Because they're resource extraction mechanisms. Right? You want to know why this is a low-income community? Because we have people who give away all their resources to these fucking scam organizations. These scam organizations, these churches, they are resource extraction mechanisms. They take from the community. And what do they actually give? What value do they actually add to the community? How exactly do they help the community? In what way do they actually help the community? It's not stopping the violence. It's not stopping the rape. Not stopping the incest, not stopping anything. I mean, no, nothing. It stops nothing, it affects nothing. So what's the point? Okay, I just don't get it. So the fact of the matter is, theism is garbage. That's the long and short of it. It doesn't actually help society. I mean, think about the fact that Nancy Guthrie is still missing since February, right? Nancy, Savannah Guthrie, both Christians. Nancy's nowhere to be found. Savannah's on Mother's Day urging people to help her find her mom, asking them to contact the FBI. Why don't you contact the Lord if he was so fucking amazing, right? All of these Christians who are out here, right, including them, why don't you just ask the Lord? Be like, hey, Jesus, where's my mom? And then he could say, oh, she's over there in that fucking box. Or she's over there in the woods, or she's being held captive in this guy's basement at this exact location. If you actually contact the FBI and you do this and you do that, you can actually find her and then rescue her safely. Yeah, that never happens. So what the fuck is the point? Anywho, Jesus is not real. The Father, the Son, and or the Holy Spirit are not real. They can't help us. They won't help us because they don't exist. If they did, why is it so hard for billions of Christians to demonstrate this right now? All it takes is one single Christian, one single time to show us the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ right the fuck now. All they have to do is show us right now. This second, this instant, this moment, this instant, this second, this moment. And they don't because they can't, because it's not real. It is a sci-fi fantasy ideology. It is a sci-fi fantasy. It is not real. You have had more than enough time, literally thousands of years, to show us that it is correct. You have failed. So the time is now for all you Christians to knock it off. Just be honest and say you don't know where the Lord is. You don't know where Jesus is. You don't know where the Holy Spirit is. You don't know. It ain't there. And you have zero evidence. You will never have any evidence. Give it up. Give up. There's no point in subscribing to your ideology. There's no point in respecting your ideology. There's no point in even giving y'all time to open your fucking mouth. Y'all ain't got nothing of value to say. The time is not, like look, and I've said this before. I don't do debates. I do demonstrate. When I would get on TikTok, people want to argue with me. They would want to argue with me. I'm not there to argue. I'm not here to argue. I don't do arguments. I do, hey, if you're saying that if you're going to sit here and tell me that what you're saying is accurate, that is correct, that is literally like in tune with reality, all you have to do is show me. Show the world. There's only me here, maybe a couple of viewers. It shouldn't be that hard with billions of people who agree on the same shit. Except y'all don't agree on the same shit, which is why there's 45,000 different denominations. The long and short of it is Jesus is not real. Christ is not real. Christianity is not correct. In fact, it is incorrect. It is inaccurate. It is false. It is useless. It accomplishes nothing. It has no point, no purpose. There's literally no purpose. These people claim their purpose is to serve God, but they can't show us this God that they're serving. So what are they serving? Themselves. It's self-serving. That's what theism is. It's literally just listening to yourself and telling yourself retarded shit and telling yourself that this retarded shit is totally not retarded until reality bitch slaps you in the face and says, actually, yes, it was retarded. Because, see, the laws of physics don't give a fuck about your retarded ass faith. So shut the fuck up with that shit. Thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for hollering at your motherfucking boy. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of the day. Probably be back tomorrow. We're gonna keep this shit going, but I'm also building and I can't wait to tell y'all about it. I'm so sick of fucking being vague and being cryptic about it. I want to show y'all the shit that I have been working on all this time, how we're gonna save the world. But all I can say is, look, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that follow button. Come through to the Discord. Holla at your motherfucking boy. We can fucking think tank and we can talk and we can discuss and all that type of shit. And you can check out the website, off9.com, because we're going to fucking change the world. Because all this retarded shit out here has got to stop. I don't care. I don't care who don't like me. I don't care who don't fucking enjoy what I have to say. The fact of the matter is, shut the fuck up with that retarded shit. If you're going to tell me I'm wrong, cool, show me. Look, I have no problem with anybody demonstrating to me that what they are saying is more accurate than what I am saying, because it's not about me being right. I don't have a need to be right. I have a need to be accurate. So if what I am saying is inaccurate, please, please, please help me to sharpen my focus so I can be even more accurate, because now we have the internet, we have social media, we have all these people. There's no reason for us to be inaccurate anymore. We have the data available. We have the data. We have so much data. It's actually kind of absurd how much data we have available. We have AI. We got LLMs. I got fucking Claude right now doing shit while we're speaking. Okay? So why the fuck are we still having the same old tired bullshit debates? For what? If your idea is accurate, put up or shut the fuck up forever. Now, stay smooth, my people. Stop being bitch-ass simps for these narco-psychos. Stand up. Get off your knees. And have some self-respect and self-love. Because if you don't love yourself, ain't nobody else gonna love you. And that's exactly how you get manipulated and how you get turned cold and fucked up. Alright? Let's bring some sense to this goddamn world once and for all. Let's knock it off with the goofy shit, with the retarded shit, with the hopeful, wishful ignorance, fucking willful ignorance, negligence, recklessness, fucking stupidity, and faith. They're all evil. And if you claim to be a good person, you will reject all of those. So, holla back at your motherfucking boy. Peace the fuck out, y'all.